Thing. Testing. Can you hear me? Oh, great. Welcome, Mayor.
Welcome. Wow, that's loud.
Oh, all right. Madam President, we are ready to go.
It's nice of you to say. Good evening. I'd like to call to order this meeting. Please rise for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Brockman. Mr. Brooks. Mr. Duran Harris.
Here.
Ms. James. Here. Ms. Keefe. Here. Mr. Ligori.
Here.
Dr. Patel.
Here.
Ms. Toth. Here. And Ms. Gonzalez.
Here.
Dr. Zakowski and Ms. Gonzalez, we have a quorum.
Thank you. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law, the public notice of this meeting, which included the time, date, and location, was distributed by 3 p.m. on Friday, May 14th, 2021, in the following manner. Posted on the bulletin board reserved for announcements in the board office, Old Georges Road, North Brunswick. Mailed to the Home News Tribune, Sentinel, and the clerk of the Township of North Brunswick, and delivered to the 9 duly elected board members. This evening, I believe we have a number of wonderful presentations.
Yes,
Dr.
thank you, Madam
Zakowski.
President. It is my favorite board meeting of the year, aside from the meeting you approved the budget. I want to thank everyone for coming out. Bad weather. I know there's a lot of presentations, but I think everyone came out. They had the wrong date. The next meeting's my last meeting after 23 years. Anyway, we have a lot of great presentations. If you could join me, Madam President.
Sure.
I want to welcome our mayor here. He's going to join us up front and center. And if I could ask if Mr. Adam Sawchek and his wonderful staff come on forward. Mr. Sawchek, I know you've been keeping your wonderful staff 6 feet apart, wearing masks, and providing an unbelievable service to this community and to our school district. The mayor and I, we do a broadcast. You may have seen it. Our ratings are up, way up, Mayor. I think we had 2 or 3 people the other day watching. However, during that, the mayor's always highlighted with the Board of Ed unbelievable numbers and service you provided this township and the school district. And the mayor had asked if he could join me and the board president in a joint resolution proclamation honoring Adam, of course, but Adam said, I cannot have an honor without bringing my staff. So we want to thank you for coming out, but more than coming out, for all that you've done. Truly behind the scenes, 6 a.m., 5:30 a.m., hundreds of thousands of meals. Mayor, the floor is yours.
Thank you. There are only a few things about the pandemic that have really given us heart. And in North Brunswick, one of the things has been the response of Adam and his team with the Grab and Go program. It makes us so proud to live in a town that set so few restrictions and said everyone is welcome. And every day when I would speak with Dr. Zakowski, my mind was just blown by the numbers of people that you served. It's the absolute definition of what a community of people really should be about. And years from now, I hope that we're able to have done something to commemorate many, many heroes during this time. But certainly Adam and his team are one of the great heroes. So Adam, we've just made a little proclamation. Whereas the Township of North Brunswick recognizes Adam Sawchek and his team for his years of hard work and dedication to the North Brunswick community, And whereas Adam has been managing Chartwell's food services throughout the North Brunswick School District for over 15 years, and whereas in 15 years the total number of meals served has grown from 755,000 per school year to over 1,300,000 meals per year. And whereas Adam has been a member of North Brunswick's Office of Emergency Management team for 10 years, whenever there is a sizable emergency, Adam and his staff are there providing food and beverages, and whenever there is need to open a shelter, Adam and his staff members are there making sure everyone gets a hot meal. And they never ask and they never say no. And whereas in the 2021 school year, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Adam and his Chartwell staff members provided over 700,000 meals at local pickup sites. Adam knows that many families in our community count on those meals to provide nutritious meals for their children. Adam has gone above and beyond to make sure no child went hungry. Now, therefore, we, the mayor and the council of the Township of North Brunswick, do hereby proclaim sincere respect and admiration of this community to Adam Sawchek and his team, and wish them many more years of continued success in the future. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Mayor, for attending. We also have our board president to read the board's resolution.
Be it resolved by the Board of Education, Township of North Brunswick, County of Middlesex, in the state of New Jersey, that the said Board of Education recognizes the efforts of Adam Sawchek, Director of Dining Services, Chartwells, and wishes to acknowledge its appreciation for his services rendered to the student, staff, and community of North Brunswick. And whereas in 15 years, the number of total meals served has grown from 755,000 meals per school year to 1.3 million meals per school year, an increase of 545,000 meals per year. And whereas during the past 9 years, Adam Sawchek and Chartwells have partnered with the North Brunswick Township Board of Education to provide $10,000 worth of student scholarships annually. And whereas during the COVID-19 pandemic, Adam Sawchek and Chartwell staff members have served over 700,000 meals at local pickup sites. And whereas Adam Sawchek has embraced the district's partnership by going above and beyond to work with all North Brunswick community programs. And therefore be it resolved that this public acclaim be given to Adam Sawchek for his leadership and dedication of service to the North Brunswick Township School District and community. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be spread upon the minutes of the board, and that a copy of it be given to Adam Sawchek. Thank you for all you do.
Adam, we're going to put you on a spot, but if anybody knows you, you should have been a lawyer and get paid by the word. He's not shy, but I know you.
That they do. Thank you. I can't do it without you guys.
Why don't you introduce yourself? Adam, why don't you introduce yourself? Yeah, speak, Adam, speak into the mic. Okay.
You're used to this, I'm not. This is Valerie, William, Joanne, Annie, Cheryl. It's actually Cheryl, but we call her Cheryl. Mary and Eileen. And these are the 4 people who get it done. Thank you.
Adam was mentioned a lot, but there hasn't been a day when the mayor or I call on Adam, he doesn't say thank you to his staff. This came from the heart, as you can see. Yeah, I think he got a little emotional there. It came from his heart. Adam, thank you. One more thing, everyone, I want everyone to know, we asked Adam to continue this program, and the first thing he did is went out and looked at the USDA website, grants, and next school year, starting in September, we're scheduled to be back all in person every day. Even if that changes, regardless if we're in every day or we're virtual every day, every child, all 6,500 children will get a free breakfast and lunch throughout the school year. Thanks to Adam and staff. 5:30. We'll see you. Thank you very much. I do want to share one more story. We told Chartwell Adam should have been promoted to national director, but we told Chartwell's the minute they promote Adam, they're going with them, and we'll get a new service. So, right, we got to keep you around. Sorry, you haven't been promoted for all the good work. Keep it up. Do I see Miss Regavas? Carrie Ann, are you here? Oh, here she is. Coach, come on up. Coach Neller, Mr. Neller. Our next presentation is really to our special coach. Come on up, Coach. And we want to recognize you over here. Mr. Neller's hobbling along. And I'll say a few words, and then we're going to ask Mr. Neller, because I don't know if you know this. You probably know this already. But we're honoring you tonight, and with a resolution, and of course, highlighting your accomplishments during the year of COVID, swimming season. Been very difficult. Carrie Ann not only did a great job with both boys and girls swimming coach, she was named the Red Division Coach of the Year, but when the coaches got together, the Division Coach of the Year wasn't enough. She also was named the Greater Middlesex County Coach of the Year. Congratulations. Michael, I don't know if you want to say anything about your coach. Yeah, you have to. If you want to say anything, we're only going to read in one resolution.
Good evening. Carrie Ann, I just want to congratulate you for this honor. I know over the last few years you've worked very hard to build our swim program. I know that numbers have been a concern over the last few years, but this year you brought out more numbers than we've had in the last few years, and I know you'll continue to build upon that. I didn't get a chance. I watched the swim team swim through the glass of their doors because I didn't want to take away from a parent who was able to get in because of our COVID protocols this year. So I never truly was inside the swimming, the pool for a meet this year, but I did see, and our teams bring much enthusiasm every year, and that comes from their coach, and it starts with their coach. So congratulations. This is a truly well-deserved honor.
Thank you.
It was only a few years ago when Mr. Anderson, our Hall of Fame coach, the most wins in the state of New Jersey in swimming, retired. I remember turning around to Mr. Patel at the time and saying, who's going to replace Mr. Anderson? Hall of Fame, the most wins in the state of New Jersey. Well, we love Mr. Anderson. He was a great coach. I know you swam for him.
Great, yeah.
But now you come back, and another state coach went to the mic.
Sorry.
We're streaming this. We have millions of viewers.
I just wanted to say thank you to the board, Dr. Z. I know that, with the uncertainty of COVID, we weren't sure if winter sports were going to happen, but with the support and the trust of the board and Dr. Z, we were able to have a very successful season, not just by wins and points, success by not having to quarantine, kids following rules, being just so happy that we're there. We do a Motivational Monday, and some of the students had mentioned that this is just so awesome that they get to come and be a part of a team and have an outlet from the virtual learning or being, 6 feet apart. So it's been wonderful. While other teams couldn't find pool time or had to have virtual swim meets, they were excited to come to our pool to have in-person meets. Other teams were very excited. So thank you so much for the support of letting us run the program to the best of our ability. And we were very successful with health, so that was important. So
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. Not only in addition to your award, you had a wonderful award from our scholar athlete.
Yeah.
You want to? I don't know if he's here. If you want
Are you going to come down?
to? Shrikar? Oh, here he is. Come on.
So I don't know if you're familiar, but last year the swim team had 2 NJSIAA Scholar Athletes of the Year. We had 1 female and 1 male, and so keeping the tradition on again. Every coach is always proud of their athletes, right? But I always say that there's nothing like a swimmer. So we have Shrikar, who is this year the New Jersey NJSIAA Scholar Athlete of the Year again. So swimming is holding it down and keeping it going. A little bit about Shrikar. Shrikar is very determined and committed to both academics and swimming. Shrikar holds a 4.66 GPA. I know, right? Along with the swim team, Shrikar is a part of the Raiders Academics, the National Honor Society, Mathletes, and the French Club. Shrikar is a 4-year varsity swimmer, scoring 118 points for the swim team throughout his 4 years. And Shrikar will be attending Georgia Tech next year. He'll be studying computer science and with a concentration in artificial intelligence. But not only is Shrikar super intelligent himself, he is also a wonderful leader and a great role model. So it is a big miss for the swim team, but hopefully he'll come back and visit if he can, right? If they can come in.
He may be able to clean himself up.
So we are going to miss him, but we know he'll do great things. So congratulations, Shrikar.
The mic is yours. I'm going to put you on the spot. Yeah. Georgia Tech salutatorian, right? So come on, you can take this over and run the show.
Well, first, thanks for this prestigious honor. I owe it all to other people who propelled me to where I am today. I just want to mention them quickly. Firstly, Coach Carrie Ann. She's been there with me from day one. She's helped me inside and outside the pool, and she's been one of the greatest coaches I've ever been coached by. So thank you, Carrie. Secondly, I couldn't do this without my swim team and my swim members. They all had this nice energy. And from the first day I came in as a Raider swimmer, I could feel it. I could feel that Raider spirit, and I knew that, every single day, every single practice I went to, I would love it. And I have to thank them because they are the embodiment of the school district. They are the embodiment of what we stand for. So I'd like to thank them. And lastly, but not least, I'd like to thank my parents in the audience over there. Thanks to my mom, my dad, and my brother. My dad used to drag me out of bed every morning at 7 to take me to practice, so I have to thank him for that. I have to thank him for being one of the few people who always supported me throughout the years. And, he's always the loudest cheerer during the meets when I swim. So you gotta love that. Thanks to my brother. I hope that, I kind of showed the way for you, and I hope that you continue in the path of swimming. And I'd just like to thank the board again for, giving me this opportunity to speak here. And thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Shrikar. We certainly afforded you the opportunity after you won a state award. We're so proud of you. We have continuing. Coach Ojeda, I know you have a lot of awards to talk about. Is Coach here? I see you over there. There you are. Come on, a wrestling team. One of the sports that really had me worry, Coach, was wrestling, right? COVID, contact. I just want to thank you for keeping our children safe, our athletes safe. Pause when we needed to pause, and keeping everyone involved so we could wrestle and have them perform what they trained so hard for. Coach Ojeda. Your awards.
We always have awards. Okay. All right. Thank you, Dr. Zakowski, board members, and good evening to all. I'm going to keep this short and sweet. No. Okay. On behalf of the wrestling team, we thank you for tonight's recognition. I have been coaching this current team for the last 2 years and can honestly say that these wrestlers are one of the nicest group of kids I've coached in many years. That's not to say that the past teams weren't nice. They were. Just saying that this particular team epitomizes sportsmanship. And the following quote explains why. We are not a team because we work together. We are a team because we respect, trust, and care for each other. That same respect, trust, and care they showed each other on and off the mat transitioned over to their opponents. This is why they won with grace and they lost with grace. But I'm happy to say that this year they won more than they lost, which is great. All right? That's an applause there, folks. Standing ovation? No? Okay, never mind. All right, so, and here's a case in point about the sportsmanship level of these guys, okay? My heavyweight, Omar, he lost only one match this year. And I thought when he lost that match that he was going to be upset. Instead, he said to me, Coach, I'm okay. He beat me on the mat just like I beat him on the football field. In other words, you win some, you lose some. Every dog has his day, all right? And like I said, this team they epitomize that positive attitude. So Omar and the rest of the team understood that humility equaled sportsmanship, okay? And that's why I'm so happy and proud that they are receiving the sportsmanship award, among other things, right? So well done, guys. I'm super proud of you for that. Now, I just want to point out highlight three individuals who made all blue division. So William Wilson, stand forward. Wilson had a record of 6-0 this year, so he was undefeated, made all blue division, and he was a regional qualifier. And this is only his second year wrestling. So I'm super excited to see what he does in the next 2 years. All right, it's unfortunate that this year the wrestling program did not have a GMC tournament or district tournament because of COVID. So I'm confident that being undefeated, he would have won the GMCs this year. But I have high hopes for him next year. Okay. The second person is Hans Tejada. Step forward, Hans. By the way, Hans is come on, be recognized. Okay, Hans is, for those of you who were at last year's meeting, he's the kid that I was talking about that I had to use baseball to get to understand how important it was for him to win. And he couldn't show up because he was at baseball practice. This is the Hans I'm talking about, okay? Turn around and say hi. Hello, everyone. All right, so Hans this year was 5-1, all blue division. Last year he took third in the districts, and he's a two-time regional qualifier, okay? So again, and this is only his second year on the varsity team. So another great accomplishment. And last but not least, Omar Shahaba Eldon. Sooner or later, I'm going to get it, okay? All right. Omar was 5-1 this year, all blue division. He was fourth in the districts last year and a regional qualifier. Again, this is only his second year of wrestling. So to make it that far as a second-year wrestler, that's pretty darn good, all right? And he was also, last year in his first year, he was the Kearney champion, the Kearney heavyweight champion. And this is coming off a year where he broke both his legs. So super kudos to Omar for having that level of determination. And he's going to Westminster College on a full scholarship from football. But I'd like to take a little credit and say that wrestling helped somewhat in his football career. All right. Okay, so it is a shame that we did not have a GMC or district tournament because, as I said, I really thought these three, specifically these three individuals would have went far. And fortunately, Wilson and Hans are back for another two years and 1 year. And unfortunately, Omar, he's a senior, so this is his last year. So I get to lose my Hulk, So I wish him luck in college, and I look forward to what we're going to do next year now that the COVID thing is, taken care of.
Not yet. We're moving that way. Coach, congratulations, wrestlers. All blue division sportsmanship, just as important, your winning record to show that you competed and comported yourself as true athletes, working hard. Thank you for introducing this wonderful team to us. And Omar, unbelievable. I don't know if you mentioned he was also the GMC sportsmanship winner, all of the GMC. So congratulations, Omar. A remarkable season.
One last thing, if you notice, I have girls on a wrestling team. The girls hate it when I separate it. When I say girls team, boys team, it's just one team. And this year, I needed some of the girls to step up in the boys' matches, and they delivered. Okay?
Is there other coaches there?
And at the very end, I forgot because you're all the way on the other end. Coach Flemings helps me out with the girls and the boys, and so does Coach Tyne over at the end over there. You guys want to say anything?
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations. I'll give you a fist bump. It's just not over just yet. A little bit ways to go. Yeah, I know. Congratulations to our wrestling team. Next is our boys tennis. Rohan, are you here? Rohan Ravula? Here he is. Come on down. Coach Fitzpatrick, is Coach here, Mr. Miller? I don't see Coach Fitzpatrick, maybe the weather. But we're going to honor you. Thank you for coming out. What a great award. Scholar athlete, another scholar athlete, GMC. So, Mr. Neller, take it away.
It's my pleasure to introduce Rohan Ravula to you tonight. Rohan is a two-year varsity athlete for our tennis team. For those of you that have played high school sports, you know the time commitment that these students must give in order to be prepared. The tennis team also had a very challenging season through COVID, but yet they also persevered and did not miss any matches as they, another team that was truly committed, as all of our teams were, to following the COVID protocols and keeping everyone safe. Rohan, I am pleased to announce, is also the class valedictorian for the class of 2021. He is a true epitome of a scholar athlete. Not only did he work hard on the tennis courts, but he also clearly committed himself to his academics throughout his time at Mbths, and he is truly destined for a great future. Cornell, correct? Georgia Tech. Also at Georgia Tech? At Georgia Tech as well. Our class salutatorian from last year started a pipeline to Georgia Tech, I feel. But that's great. It's a great engineering school, and I know you're going to do well. So congratulations.
I really want to thank the athletic department and the Board of Education for this honor. I'm so happy that even with COVID, the tennis team was able to persevere this year. We had a really good season. Things were different because of COVID, but we managed to stay strong. And I know Coach Fitzpatrick isn't here right now, but I know he'd be proud as well as assistant coach Joseph. I really want to thank the school as well. I want to thank you, Mr. Neller, and the entire administrative department. Even for the award of valedictorian, thank you so much. It's really an honor. I really want to thank the entire team, all my peers on the team. They're really supportive of me. Whenever I had to pull through to any matches, whenever I really needed any supplies, they're always there for me. They were so supportive. I really want to thank my parents as well. My father is sitting right there in the audience. My mother has work. She's not here right now. But whether it was academics or tennis, my parents have always been really supportive of me. Whether it was driving to tennis practice early in the morning or picking me up late in the afternoon for a match, they're always there and they're always so supportive. So once again, I really want to thank the board. I want to thank the entire GMC. I want to thank you, Mr. Neller, the entire administrative department, the entire tennis team, Coach Fitzpatrick, as well as my parents and my peers, and the entire North Brunswick community. Thank you so much, all of you.
Each year in June, both of our scholar athletes, and I will announce our second scholar athlete in a second, are usually invited to a dinner at the Pines Manor where they're recognized along with the scholar athletes throughout the entire county. Unfortunately, that dinner is a virtual video this year, so unfortunately I didn't get a chance to sit with their families and enjoy a truly wonderful night, but I do appreciate the Board of Education recognizing them here this evening because they truly deserve it. Our second scholar athlete of the evening is being recognized for both cross country and track, and that is Emily Hill. So how many years for your varsity for both? Are you going to school next? Are you going to school next?
Working on scholarship.
Okay. Emily is a 3-year girls track athlete. She is also a member of our girls cross country team. So both her fall and winter and spring. 3-sport athlete, fall, winter, and spring. Emily is challenging herself through our running and our cross country and track programs. So obviously she spent a lot of time practicing and yet still managed to work hard in the classroom and maintain a 4.37 GPA.
Wow.
Next year, Emily has told me that she's planning to attend the Rutgers Honors College, which is a great accomplishment. And I just want to congratulate you for all of your hard work in and out of the classroom. You truly deserve this recognition. Congratulations.
Yeah, I would just like to thank all my coaches over the past 4 years. I've done a total of like 10 seasons of running, which is a lot of running, if anybody knows. A lot of running. But my teammates have always been the most supportive on and off the field. We do a lot together, spend a lot of time together. And with my coaches, my parents here in the crowd, my brothers always keep me very humble no matter what happens. So thank you very much, my brothers. And yeah, I just want to thank the Board of Education, the GMCs for this honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily.
In addition to Omar, who I'm not going to make him come up again because I know Mr. Coach Ojeda spoke about him, Omar was recognized for sportsmanship not only in football, but also in wrestling as well. So congratulations to you. Our final athlete that I would like to call up tonight is Carleen Aminampong. Is she here?
Oh, here she is.
Did I say your last name?
Yeah.
How do you say it? Okay. When I was a classroom teacher, way back when in social studies, I always told students on the first day of school, if I say your name wrong, please correct me. So Carleen has corrected me. So it is Ahinapong. So congratulations, Carleen. And thank you. Carleen is being recognized this evening for her sportsmanship, not only at our events. So Carleen and Omar were also recognized for that reason as well. So congratulations to both of you. It's truly well deserved.
Well, I'd like to thank my coaches for nominating me for this GMC Sportsmanship Award and appreciating them for, pushing me to be the best athlete I can be. And I also like to thank my parents for taking me to the practices early in the morning. And yeah, that's all I'd like to say. So thank you.
I want to thank all of our athletes, our student athletes, our sportsmanship winners, our GMC scholar athletes. That's what we work so hard. I want to thank you, Mr. Neller, working with the coaches, athletic department, to giving us some hope for normalcy. And I want to thank the athletes. I reported on a daily basis to our mayor that our athletes are not getting restricted because they're following protocols, they're doing the right things, they're working with their coaches. Boy, that was such a relief for all of us. Very few pauses that we had to take. More teams that we were going against had cancellations and quarantines, but Mr. Nelly, your coaches, Mr. Morell's leadership, your leadership, and our students and families, thank you, because this wouldn't be possible without this cooperation. So thank you and congratulations.
I do want to say, if you're able to, now that spectators are allowed, tomorrow at 4 o'clock, our girls lacrosse team is playing in the GMC semifinals on Raider Road. And on Saturday at Community Park at noon, the East Brunswick Tech at noon, that beautiful baseball field they maintain by the Brunswick Square Mall. Our boys baseball team is going to play in the semifinals of the GMC tournament against South Brunswick. So
Yeah.
we are returning to normal.
I think it's the finals. Oh, Omar, I'm so sorry. Come on up, Omar. Prevailing and perseverance for what you went through. I'm so sorry that I didn't, and you're much bigger than me, so you can speak as long as you want.
Where do I start? I just want to say thank you to my coaches, my team, the school, and most importantly, my lovely mother, who's in the crowd. I wouldn't be the man I am without her. Keep it short and sweet. I just want to leave here after my injury. I want to leave this school inspiring others to know that they can do what they want and that nothing's going to stop them, no matter what. And they can do whatever they want as long as they try their best and they put in the effort and the hard work. Yeah, that's it.
Omar, I just want to say, I don't know if you remember, but when I visited you in the hospital when your injury happened, and I have to be honest with you, I really thought that you would never be able to play sports again. When I saw you that day, you were in so much pain. And the way you've come back and carried yourself over the last 3 years, and the way you've become, the way Coach Slipot used to talk about you, and the role model you would become for the football team this year, you truly deserve this recognition. You are leaving this school as a role model for others, and I hope you know that. Congratulations.
Madam President, we want to memorialize this so many years from now, Omar. We're going to memorialize your award, and Madam President, if you could read the resolution. You have a mic, whatever you want to do.
All right. Be it resolved by the Board of Education that the following resolution be approved. Whereas the Board of Education recognizes the efforts of our student athletes to perform at their highest level of interscholastic competition, it also recognizes the accomplishment of exceptional achievement. And whereas through leadership of their coaches and with a firm determination to be diligent while preserving excellence, they stand among their peers and represent the North Brunswick Township School District in an exemplary manner. Now therefore be it resolved that this public acclaim be given to the NBTHS student athletes and coaches for their individual honors and the NBTHS individual athletic teams for their accomplishment. And be it further resolved that NBTHS student athletes, coaches, and individual athletic teams shall be recognized appropriately, and that a copy of this resolution be spread in the permanent minutes of this board. Congratulations.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you, Mr. Neller, and congratulations again to all our student athletes. Now we're going to talk a little bit about, we're almost there to one of the great days when we honor our Teachers of the Year. We're not just there yet. One thing we have done over the years is visited all our schools and have not our action meetings, but our workshop meetings. But COVID didn't allow that to happen, so we've been bringing the principals to our action meetings. So before we honor our support staff and our Teachers of the Year, I want to introduce Dr. Fred Johnson for John Adams, and you are next to talk about the wonderful John Adams with your presentation. Dr. Johnson? And may I add that Dr. Johnson will be leaving John Adams and joining central office as our interim director of curriculum. So congratulations, Dr. Johnson. We still got to vote on it, but it's looking good.
Thank you, Dr. Zakowski. Good evening, everyone, members of the board, Madam President. Congratulations to all the student athletes. It's nice to actually see a JA person back there because I recognize that face very well, absolutely. And I know a former teacher sitting over here as well, so we're very proud of you. But congratulations to everyone. And tonight's theme is that it's all been about a team effort. We've heard about it from the athletes say it themselves. It's taken more than just the individual. It's been those who've been with them, their coaches, their parents. The same thing at John Adams. So tonight I get to talk a little bit about JA. We have a video this evening running just a tad shy of 16 minutes. And what we want to do tonight is just kind of give you a snapshot of what it's been like at JA with the return back to school. So you'll get to hear from a number of our staff on the video, and you'll get to see our students in action. As much as we were excited to have children back in school, they were very excited to be there, to be hands-on, so we were so glad to have them. We wish we had more of them, but we tried to make every day a learning experience for all and to keep everybody engaged. So at this time, as we get it ready to go.
Yeah, we're going to let the board members get out of the way for a minute so they can enjoy this wonderful video. We're going to split up on both sides.
All right.
Here, we got some room in the middle. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Hey. Wait a minute. Thank you.
Good evening, Board of Education. Welcome to Jaguar Channel 12 News on your device. I'm Aaron.
Hi, my name is Ava.
Hi, my name is Ayan.
It's now time for Jaguar News, where we keep you up to date on what's happening right here at John Adams.
Today is Wednesday, May 26, 2021. The joke of the week is, how is 1 plus 1 equals 3 like your left foot? It's not right. As of today, we have 171 students attending John Adams in person and 279 students attending school virtually. Let's see what's going on in some of our classes.
Sources of information, the different books on our animals that we're researching in writing, and we're going to be taking notes in our own words.
Scholastic Thursday.
Scholastic Thursday. And what will tomorrow be? Danny, what's tomorrow?
Number Block Friday.
Number Block Friday. Good job.
Good. So an acrostic poem uses the letters in a topic word to begin each line. All lines of the poem could relate to or describe the poem.
Everyone put the right trap.
I did it. Wow, that looked like a lot of fun. How did the teachers learn how to use all that technology?
Hi, my name is Lindsay Simons, and I'm the Tech Ambassador at John Adams. I'm coming to you from the green screen wall. This is where the newscast anchors filmed their portion of this video. The Tech Ambassador's role is to support educational technology in the classroom. That means I'm the person that helps teachers and other staff members learn how to use the different online applications and programs purchased by the district. As students were learning how to read and count, teachers were learning how to navigate Google Classroom and Google Meet, along with how to use other important management tools such as Kinvo, Seesaw, and Securely. Virtual learning was not only a change.
It's a little bit different. Usually we are in school building robots and using a coding program on the Chromebooks to make them move and make sounds. And the kids sometimes have some races with them. But this year we had to be a little flexible. So we decided to make robotics all about coding this year. So we have been experimenting with some different coding websites like code.org, which we have been using a lot the past few meetings. And I would like to share a project that one of our students created on code.org for one of the projects called Dance Party. So I think it is pretty awesome. She did it all by herself, and I hope you guys enjoy.
I finished this. I finished this a while ago.
You took your time with the call. I took no time with the fire. You gave me nothing at all, but still you're in my way.
Hi, I'm Jillian Troutman. I am the Student Council Advisor here at John Adams.
In Student Council, the fourth graders are working hard on their leadership and teamwork skills. You can see our wonderful Student Council members here on the screen. Our Student Council consists of our executive board members, that is our president, vice president, and secretary, as well as our classroom representatives. All of the members in Student Council were elected by their fellow peers. In the spring, all fourth grade students had the opportunity to apply and be considered to run for a position on the Student Council. The selected candidates created virtual campaign posters, which were shared with the fourth grade classes on Google Classroom and with the entire school community on the morning announcements. They also wrote and recorded their own campaign speeches where they introduced themselves, their ideas for John Adams, and explained why they believed they were the best candidate. A virtual executive board election was then held, and following that, each fourth grade classroom held their own individual classroom representative election. Student Council meets weekly to brainstorm and plan our events and activities and come up with different ideas. We've been focusing on the month of May and June. The members who are part of Student Council are coming up with new ideas to get students involved, increase school spirit, and organize different events and fundraisers to help the school and the North Brunswick community.
And we have loads of programs during school hours that offer extra help if we need it.
Hi, my name is Sandra Shadid, and I'm an ESL teacher here at John Adams. Today we have our twins, Ashley and Miguel, who are in the ESL program for their first year. They will sing our special ESL song, and then they're going to perform the song We Are the Dinosaurs by the Lori Berkner Band. Enjoy!
Hi, I'm Ms. Simons.
And I'm Mrs. Venuti.
We are the two math academic support teachers at John Adams. I work with grades K through 2.
And I work with grades 3 and 4.
During the morning session, we push into classrooms and support the lesson that the classroom teacher has presented.
In the afternoon session, we work on basic math skills such as counting, place value, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, and fractions.
Check out one of our friends counting on the caterpillar number line we have painted on the wall.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Hi, my name is Christine McVicker. I'm an ELA academic support teacher here at John Adams School. I work mostly with kindergarten students using a variety of fun, engaging games and activities and research-based programs like LLI in order to support our struggling readers.
Splat, right? Okay, who can tell me what this word is? It's one of your sight words. Do you know it? Here. Here. Here is my book. Here. Okay, let's move on to our next one. This is a day of the week word.
Friday?
Good. FR says Friday.
Hi, I'm Laura Pascal, and I teach reading support in the 3rd grade. Connect with nature, incorporate talk and play listening games, as well as even visit some John Adams teachers to strengthen their conversational skills. Here you'll see a picture of our students stopping at one of our teachers' windows to knock and say hello. Our instruction has continued with various multisensory and game-based learning opportunities. Phonics, math, and handwriting materials have all been carefully selected for each individual student and color-coded. This has been an integral part in ensuring safety within our classroom as well as meeting the needs of individualized student learning goals.
Hi, my name is Betsy Beck, and I currently teach at John Adams Elementary School. I teach 2nd grade inclusion with Miss Carly Brining. What does inclusion mean, you ask? What does it look like? Those are good questions. It looks like there are 2 teachers in the classroom. One of us is a general education teacher, and the other one is a special education teacher. Our class gets taught the same exact 2nd grade curriculum at the same pace as every other 2nd grade, but we are able to differentiate. How, you ask? We utilize something called the 6 co-teaching models. What that looks like is large group instruction, small group instruction, and individualized instruction. We call them station teaching, parallel teaching, alternative teaching, which is the one-on-one instruction, teaming or team teaching, lead and assist, and teach and observe. In our classroom, FAIR isn't everyone getting the same thing. FAIR is everyone getting what they need to be successful.
We also have programs running before and after school for extra help in math and reading.
Hi, my name is Brianna Venuti, and I'm a math academic support teacher at John Adams School. I have also served as the lead teacher for the Project Math program for the past 4 years. Our Project Math program aims to provide targeted instruction to academically at-risk students. These students need remediation in basic math skills based on local benchmark assessments and teacher recommendation. Our goal is to guide these students in achieving attainment of basic skills and standards during hands-on practice in a small group setting. This year, our program is led by 5 dedicated teachers who skillfully prepare engaging lessons and activities to achieve these goals. We are currently servicing 40 hybrid and virtual students across grades 1 through 4. Our program meets twice each week for 40 minutes each day and has been successful in preparing students for challenging skills and a build on mathematical concepts.
Hi, my name is Carly Brining, and I'm the Achieve lead teacher and also a second grade teacher at John Adams. Achieve is a before-school intervention program designed to provide additional literacy instruction to selected elementary students based on their local benchmarks and teacher recommendations. This program is implemented for students to gain increased attainment of basic skills and standards in a small group setting. The teachers in this program are extremely hardworking and dedicated to providing students with some extra support.
And did you know that this year we have 2 preschool classes in our building? Let's take a look at those.
Hi everyone, my name is Jamie Wall. I am one of the preschool teachers here at John Adams. We currently have 2 classes, and for the following school year, 2021-2022, we will be adding another class, making 3 classes here in John Adams for the preschool program. So that is really exciting. I hope you guys enjoy a little glimpse into our preschool day. Bye.
Welcome, Board of Education. My name is Mrs. Jennifer Kelly. I'm the school counselor at John Adams Elementary School. This year is definitely a challenging and different year for many. And I was able to continue the school counseling program by first meeting with students individually and in groups, both virtually and in person. We also had special weeks such as Respect Week, Peace Week, Kindness Week, Autism Awareness and Accepting Differences Week. During those weeks, we had many fun activities and dress-up days to show unity. Our school is special because we have also a staff character education group. And this group actually meets to come up with ideas and execute them to help build our character education program. Some highlights this year are we had Caught Being Kind, where the students and staff caught someone being kind by filling out a Google form. And this recognition was able to be announced on our morning announcements. It has been such a fun success and successful too, where we make sure to let everyone know that kindness is not just about 1 week, but also incorporated every single day. We also have thought of virtual all-stars. From September, we were very sure to make sure that we had some program to recognize students working so hard. The Virtual All-Star program recognizes a student from each class every single month that actually ties into the word of the month for our school. And the students that were recognized each month, we would have a celebration with myself and Dr. Johnson virtually. And it has been such a success. The students and staff and parents have really enjoyed this program.
Let's see what's happening in some of our classes right now.
How much is a penny? 1 cent. How much is a nickel? 5 cents. How much is a dime? 10 cents. How much is a quarter? 25 cents.
All right, I need your nice, big, beautiful voices.
We hope you enjoyed checking out what's going on at John Adams.
We had a great time showing you.
And we can't wait to see what fun and educational activities are planned for this year.
Bye.
John Adams School. Wow, a lot of great stuff going on. K-4.
Pre-K.
Pre-K4.
Pre-K4. So, hope you enjoyed our video. We wanted to give you a little glimpse of it. There's too many people to name, but I just want to thank all the staff at JA, our tech ambassador who actually helped drive this bus for us, and all the volunteer staff. Somebody's here to be recognized tonight as one of our leaders in the building, but it's taken all of our staff, our teachers, our support staff, our instructional aides. We couldn't do a lot of things without their help and support, so we appreciate them. And even our building aides, they helped put some of the things behind the scenes. There's a lot of people who had a lot of hands in it, and my administrative team, Mrs. Stern, Mrs. Cummings, but it's really been a team effort. So, that theme has been continuous here to how we can do this. And as you saw, we had children in person and we had them virtually still engaged in the various activities. And we tried to make it fun and at the same time to keep them tied to school. So thank you very much. Talk to you soon.
Well done. Without further ado, what a great showing, what a video. Now we're here for our final presentation. It's going to be a wonderful one, as always. Our Teacher of the Year and our Support Staff of the Year, led by Mr. John Patella and Miss Amy Rumbo.
Good evening, everybody. And I just want to, I'm John Patella, principal at Judd School. And I want to thank Dr. Zakowski and the Board of Education for the opportunity to facilitate this program tonight and celebrate greatness. But before we start, and I usually say a few words, and I'm going to do that this evening before we start with our Teachers of the Year and Support Person of the Year. I just have a couple observations. One, for Carr, I want to congratulate you. And I also just want to tell you, if you need any help at Georgia Tech, you could always get a hold of me because I've been told that I have artificial intelligence. So it's up to you, but I'm available. Rohan, I want to congratulate you. I want to let you know that I've never been told that I've been valedictorian. Lastly, Mr. Egan, our supervisor, pre-K-12 of music, Mr. Keener, Mr. Dawson, and Mr. Carroll and I decided we were going to arm wrestle. When we go out Saturday night, we want to know if we can borrow your ponytail. What do you think?
I don't know. Is it real?
So back to the program, which is really why we're here. What a year. Teachers and support personnel were asked to do things that they've never done before. And they had a choice. Embrace it and work as hard as they could, or flounder and complain. This year, I happened to be on the ground floor at Judd, and in speaking with all the other principals, we know everybody chose the former, and we're very proud of all of our staff members. They put forth a tremendous effort. Their flexibility, adaptability, creativity really accelerated their growth in the profession. It was a different way of teaching and learning this year. They incorporated numerous new strategies, too many to count. They overcame challenges, specifically connectivity issues, although thankfully Dr. Zakowski's foresight years ago to ensure that our infrastructure was ready, and it was. Thank God we were able to be successful. Troubleshooting technology issues that came, Google was great, but not every day. Teaching students in everybody's household. I think a lot of parents learned a lot this year. I think a lot of second and third grade material was learned by many. Difficult to keep students engaged. That was a consistent struggle. No fault of the students, but our teachers were up to the challenge. And we all know socially and emotionally was a struggle as well. And teachers worked so hard to try and simulate the classroom virtually. And once again, Dr. Zakowski deserves what he deserves, and that is his ability to get us in as much as we can while maintaining a safe environment. And thankfully, that was the case. We have a lot of students that came in that have been in person, and we're doing it safely. It's been a long, arduous journey. We have all grown in many ways. Our teachers and support personnel have risen to the challenge and gave it all that they had for our students. They created and took advantages of opportunities in the middle of difficulty, and our students and families are better off because of it. Congratulations, typically for a job well done, I want to say congratulations for a job incredibly done. Thank you all. When Dr. Zakowski gave me the opportunity to do this year, typically, and I did again this year, I chose what I thought was a good quote that was accurate for this year. And so that's why that's shown in there. And boy, oh boy, did our teachers rise to the occasion. Amy?
Let's go. So as Mr. Patella said, this year was obviously an extraordinary year, but even more so, with all these obstacles, another great thing occurred, and Dr. Zakowski and I worked very closely with the MBTEA president, who's here tonight, Mrs. Beth Pasner, to introduce to the district, very similarly to our Governor's Educator of the Year Award, our Education Support Person of the Year recognition program. Identifying a support staff person per building, including central office, for their outstanding achievements and professionalism in their craft, in their support role. Each Educator of the Year and Education Support Person of the Year will receive a certificate, and our Governor's Educator of the Year Award, they also receive an engraved apple. It's engraved on the back with your name, the award and the year. And our Education Support Person of the Year will also receive a plaque with your name on it. We are working with current CDC guidelines in the New Jersey Department of Health, and we know some restrictions are starting to lift. We are looking forward to scheduling an off-site luncheon, and we will be presenting these apples and plaques. More information to come. But again, very, very excited that it took a pandemic to also bring all this together. But we're so excited that we're going to continue this tradition. It's not just for this year because of COVID. We will be continuing the ESP award as well. So again, congratulations to all.
Ms. Rumbo, there was a flux capacitor issue. I fixed it. I turned it on for you. It works better when it's on.
I do want to mention, too, that, once again, through Dr. Zakowski, this is a prestigious evening to celebrate our teachers and support people of the year. And Dr. Zakowski ensures every year we have a luncheon to celebrate it with a guest speaker. This is where it's at, folks. This is why we're in the business. And these people this year have shined tremendously through adversity and through a crazy year. And so I'm excited to be a part of this tonight. And my role as principal, I even get to talk about a couple of them, so I'm lucky there. So without further ado, Mr. Passner, would you come up to recognize?
Good evening, North Brunswick. I just want to thanking Dr. Zakowski, the central office team, the Board of Education, and the entire town for having this wonderful event. It's so good to see so many faces. And this is one, just like Dr. Zakowski said, this has been one of my favorite nights of the year for many years. A chance to celebrate the success and all the wonderful things happening in North Brunswick Township schools. Speaking on behalf of the North Brunswick Township Early Childhood Center, I am so fortunate to announce our Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Mary Sigel. Now, Mrs. Sigel, I'll wait for you to come up, but I am just so lucky and fortunate to work with such a tremendous team at the North Brunswick Township Early Childhood Center. And Mrs. Sigel is one of our building leaders. Her dedication, enthusiasm, passion, and collaboration helps students throughout North Brunswick Township schools. She is a team player that is multi-talented in so many different ways. Besides being a teacher, she's also our tech ambassador, our yearbook editor, and also the varsity coach of the North Brunswick Township High School softball team, who's had a very good season this year. I am proud to say that she helps lead and in our building does so many wonderful things. Her commitment to the children of North Brunswick is unparalleled, and we're so lucky to have her. Everyone, I want to give a round of applause for the Early Childhood Center Teacher of the Year, Mrs. Mary Sigel.
Coach, a few words, very few, just a few.
You got it.
You are the best.
All right. So first I wanted to thank Dr. Zakowski, the Board of Education, Mr. Pasner, Catherine Havens, Jen Nicosia, and the North Brunswick Township. And of course, all of my former and current students. It's truly an honor to work in the district. Congratulations to all of the Educator of the Years along with me. I want to thank my work family who have helped me get through this year. I couldn't have done it without you guys. I want to thank my family, my husband, my sisters, my brother, and especially my mom for being my biggest supporter, always having a listening ear, and a hug when I need it. Thank you, everybody. There it is.
Hey, you gotta do.
Did it.
We have to celebrate the success in our building, and in preschool, we love leading the way in the preschool program. Now, I also have another wonderful honor, and the inaugural ESP of the Year, Mrs. Michelle Mattis Taylor. Can everyone give her a round of applause?
She's not here? Oh, here she is.
I could not be prouder to have such a team at the North Brunswick Township Early Childhood Center. And Mrs. Mattis is a leader. Her dedication, her flexibility, her support, being kind and patient and supportive of all of our preschool students, families, and stakeholders in the township. Another thing that we're so lucky to have with Mrs. Mattis is she represents all of the preschool community. She works not only as with us in the Early Childhood Center, but she also supports all 7 preschool locations. As we've expanded our preschool program, she works together with ECC, Livingston Park, John Adams, Judd Elementary School, Parsons, Oscillero, and Lightbridge are partners. We are so lucky to have such a strong, supportive, hardworking, dedicated, responsible. I run out of adjectives, but I'm lucky to say she's my right hand and she is always there for all of us. Could everyone give a round of applause? Please.
Short and sweet, so nobody else has to worry after me. Thank you very much. And the group of people I work with make it absolutely easy to come to work every day. And it's a pleasure and an honor. Thank you very much.
And in closing, we are so excited to be moving to the new NBT ECC at Linwood. We can't wait for the Board of Education for our presentation and for you to see all the wonderful things happening in preschool.
All right, Scott, all right.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Not easy to go after Mr. Passner. He's a very jubilant, upbeat nut. Dr. Johnson, I do want to say I was happy to go after you because the microphone was up. You know, it was nice. Dr. Johnson.
All right, good evening again, everyone. Our teacher of the year, John Adams, we'd like to recognize Ms. Sharon O'Brien, if you would come up. All right, so you've seen Ms. O'Brien already in the video, but she's one of our third grade teachers and she's one of our teacher leaders. She's actually our third grade level leader. Last year, we needed to look for a new grade level leader. I asked the team, she stepped up. She's always been that kind of a person since she came to us. And I don't know if you remember, Shannon, but I remember the first time we interviewed you, we had you as a long-term sub, and you were in between here and Bordentown. So Bordentown won out because they had her already. We said, okay, well, wait. We came back around again. We still didn't get her. I said, we happen to have a job opening. Mr. Stern said, I think I remember we have her number. We found her number and called her and said, guess what? We got an assignment. Would you be willing to take it? She did. She stepped in, and she's never looked back. She's blazed a trail, and she's established herself to be very well respected amongst her colleagues. Very dependable, very caring and nurturing teacher who definitely works to try to get the children what they need, where they are. She currently works third grade in an ICR team teaching with her colleague, Miss Fitz. And their class is called Fitz-Bryan. They've kind of merged the names. But the children know that. But she's a wonderful person to have there. She's our advisor for Chess Club. We need a new advisor. She stepped up once again as well. And so we're just so glad that we have her. She's dependable. You can count on her. She goes to the mat for her kids. And the best part I love is when we have our meetings and we talk about how children are doing, she always advocates what's best for the student. Puts aside selfish needs and looks to try to support the kids in any way she possibly can. So congratulations, Shannon. We're very proud of you. The microphone is yours.
I just want to say I'm very, very honored to receive this. Thank you so much. Thank you to the administration. Thank you to the wonderful staff at John Adams. As you can see, as you saw in the video, we are doing amazing things there, and they're so supportive, and I'm just really, really grateful. Thank you so much.
And we were able to surprise her too when we recognized her. It was a faculty meeting, and I was socially distant, so I did a drive-by. I drove to her address. We made sure we were in a Zoom call, and I said, I'm out. And we said, look in the video, and I was outside the door. So we shocked her and surprised her with flowers then, and she definitely never saw it coming, had no clue whatsoever, and we were able to get her. But,
this wouldn't happen at Bordentown, I tell you right now.
No, not at all. No way possible. But congratulations, and your colleagues think very highly of you, and thanks to all the feedback they said, you were the one. So congratulations again. All right, our support staff person of the year for the first time, the inaugural one, Ms. Sue Simmons, please come up. Now, Sue is a secretary, but she works through Child Study Team. And she's my partner 12 months out the year. Since I'm elementary principal, I'm there 12 months, and we're always cross-checking schedules of when we're around. to match up. But we're very proud that she was honored by her peers and colleagues. And right from the Child Study team members said, she's dependable. She's my go-to. She keeps the schedule right for them to let them know where they need to be. Comes to looking for IEPs and information for students and transferring in and all those records. She keeps it straight. She gets to people what they need. So, your colleagues very much value what you're able to do to help us be successful in our job. And of course, any success we have is also due to what you do behind the scenes. Which does not get noticed. And John Adams, our CST secretary, works in a trailer. And she knows I like to go in and check to make sure everybody's okay out there, because you're part of the school too, and we like to make sure we include you. But Sue, congratulations, much deserved. She was definitely shocked and taken back when she learned in the faculty. I didn't surprise her that one at the home, but that was one she never saw coming. But the word spoke volumes about just how the staff feel about you there. You work with Child Study team, yes, but you work with everybody at JA and the parents and the staff. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. This is a wonderful honor. Thank you.
Thanks, Doc.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. It's Judd. Stacy, come on up. So I have the honor of recognizing Stacy Abrams, a first grade AST teacher at Judd. I'm the lucky one that gets to see her every day. And that's a sincere statement. What stands out about Stacy, and it's interesting, as an academic support teacher this year, she's had to play a lot of different roles, because when a teacher was absent, oftentimes we'd have to dip into our AST pool, as we all know. And I use the term spirit. The spirit that she accepts change is just outstanding. You could tell her at 8:15, she's got something completely different to do, starting at 8:20. She says, "What is it?" And she goes about doing it, but doing it to the best of her ability. It's just outstanding. And when the process happened and she was deemed Teacher of the Year, I said, "Wow, this process is legit." It was so cool. I thought, "Wow, this really works." Because from, when you're far away, you wonder how it works. And I'm very proud of Stacy. And she might be older than me, but I'm very proud of Stacy. It's weird to say that as an adult to adult, but it's so, when I see her walk in the morning, there's a little bit of a safe and secure feeling that I get that she's in, because I know if something goes down, we can call her. So I think that's what's outstanding, and I'm very proud, very fortunate to give her the flowers and to recognize her this evening as Teacher of the Year. Please say a few words.
Okay. I'm going to keep it short and sweet as well. I just want to say thank you to the board, Dr. Zakowski, the administrators, all my colleagues. Especially this year, I have so many deserving colleagues that could have won this award, and so it really just means a lot to be chosen for this award this year. For the past 15 years, Judd has been my home, and I still wake up every day so incredibly grateful and excited to go to work. Some of my colleagues are my closest friends, and I love being there and part of the North Brunswick team, so thank you so much.
As you can see, another outstanding quality about her that I love is her humbleness, very unassuming and outstanding in the same breath. Great that we have support personnel recognized this year. So when I called Blair into the office, she had that look of trepidation. Uh-oh, what's going on? And I thought to myself, why would she think she has anything to worry about? So Blair, if you would come on down. Blair Petrillo, Support Personnel of the Year. And Carrie, if you could please come down as well. And the reason being is, as Dr. Zakowski mentioned, Carrie will be assuming a new position. I think they've worked more than 10 years together, and it's almost like frick and frack. And so I thought it'd be good if maybe even Carrie said a few words about her partner. So I came to understand that Blair Petrillo started out as a sub. And then once she started subbing, it was like everybody wanted her. And so fortunately, she became an employee of ours. And I've seen her act. And I'll tell you what, this duo is outstanding. And every time I ventured into their classroom, it was business, but fun business. And you wouldn't believe 3 and 4-year-olds like acting like they're 7 or 8. They got it together, this two. And what's interesting to me about the job, and I've said this to Blair too, it's a physical job. I mean, she's on the floor. There's a physicalness to it. And she's up for the task. She's reliable. She's pleasant. Always has a smile on her face. And thank God, because Carrie's a little crazy. So she's the calming influence. Blair is the unsung hero. And I'm so happy she was recognized. It's one of those things where you think, wow, she's great. And then boom, once again, the process bears it out. So it's a lot of fun for me to recognize both of these. And Blair, congratulations. And we have these for you. Before Blair says a few words, please, Carrie, just say a few words. I think that would be appropriate.
So real quickly, when my longtime aide was retiring and leaving, I thought who better to come and work in the classroom but Blair, except I thought her name was Bonnie. So I called her Bonnie. And I instantly, we had a different supervisor at the time, offered her to work in my classroom before I even spoke to her. And so I saw her in the hallway. She was subbing, and I said, Bonnie, I asked Tanya if you wanted to work in my classroom. I don't know if you really want to work here, but I would love for you to work in my classroom. And she's like, with you? Yes. And so then she came in, and it's been amazing since. She calls me her work wife and vice versa. We don't have to actually communicate with words. We just know, pick up where each other leaves off. And I am the lucky one who has had Blair or Bonnie in my classroom for so long. So, moving on and taking a new position, we're gonna really miss each other, but we're not getting divorced. We're still work wives in different buildings.
Blair, so Dr. Zakowski won't let you leave without saying a few words.
Come on, Blair. This is Bonnie.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. It's a huge, huge honor to be recognized by your peers. And I was in complete shock because there are so many people in Judd that I feel deserve this before me. So I thank you all. I thank my peers. I thank everybody. My job is not easy, but coming to work every day in the classroom with Carrie Ann makes my job easy and fun. She has been the best teacher, the best friend, and it's just been a wonderful experience. And I look forward, I am going to miss her terribly, but she's the one who motivates me to be there for all those little minds and help all those little ones. So hopefully it'll just continue. So thank you.
Congratulations. There you go. Sounds good.
Mr. Patel, great job for Judd, but this just came in over the hottest newscast. Miss Stacy said there's no way on God's green earth that you're younger than her. Thank you for clearing that up, Stacy. You had us for a while.
All right, Mr. Dawson, please, for Livingston Park.
Good evening, everyone. It's my honor tonight to honor two really, really special people we have at Livingston Park, starting with our Educator of the Year, Mrs. Jenna Ballard. Jenna, please come down. Jenna is an exceptional fourth grade teacher and a truly wonderful person. And from the moment I got at Livingston Park, I've admired what she's able to do in her classroom. She brings out the best of her students. Her lessons are exquisitely precise, detailed, thoughtful, and differentiated. And even more impressively are her relationships with kids. Kids want to spend all of their time with her because they're challenged, they're engaged, they're cared for, they're loved, no matter what situation they're in, how they present themselves, They are welcome in Jenna's class. Jenna also brings out the best in her colleagues. She's a fourth grade level leader and works in an inclusion classroom with other colleagues. She is the definition of a professional, positive, forward-thinking, open-minded, engaged person. She is the kind of teacher every parent wants for their child and every principal wants in their school. And we are so proud to honor you tonight. Congratulations, Jenna.
Thank you, Mr. Dawson, for the kind words. Good evening, everyone. It is so nice to be here tonight with each of you. In the trend of keeping things short and sweet, here we go. To my North Brunswick family, thank you so much for this nomination and the award of a lifetime. It's safe to say that I haven't stopped smiling since December. In addition, and most importantly, I would like to thank each and every student that I've had the honor of teaching over my past 8 years. I see Sridhar is here. I see a lot of parents of former students. I owe it all to the kids. They have made me the educator that I am, and I dedicate this award to them. So thank you so much, and I love being part of the North Brunswick family. Thanks.
We're also fortunate tonight to honor a wonderful member of our team, our head custodian, Mr. David Smith. Dave, come on down. Dave is the embodiment of everything that is good about Livingston Park. He's the face of our school, and for nearly 40 years, he's served our district. He always goes above and beyond. He is among the most thorough, dedicated people I have ever worked with in my career. He goes above and beyond every day and does things that are not required or expected of him, but he does them because he cares. And it embodies everything he does. You can see his passion and his care for the kids, for our staff members, for our community. Every morning when you drive up to Livingston Park, you'll find Dave Smith helping children get out of the car, put on their backpack. That's not the role of a custodian, but it's what Dave does. You'll find him helping colleagues. One day I walked out, I found him putting air in my tires. I mean, he goes above and beyond to help everybody at Livingston Park because he cares. And it shows in the cleanliness of our school, in the safety of our school, in the condition of our school. And several years ago, Magic 98.3 honored Dave with an award. And what I loved to see was as we were celebrating Dave that day, Dave was walking down the hallway, and every child knew his name and wanted to jump up and give him a handshake, a pat on the back, a high five. It's very rare that in a school, every child knows the name of the head custodian. But at Livingston Park, everybody knows Dave. Everybody knows our buddy. And we are so honored to celebrate him tonight. Thank you, Dave. Congratulations.
Tonight would not be possible unless I had the support of Mr. Dawson and the Livingston Park School family. The staff that I have worked with in the years that I've been in that building, they are hands down some of the best and closest friends I've ever made, and I will always have. To accept this award tonight singly by myself, I can't do that. I have to honor the teachers, the staff, past, present, the families, the students. They made it all happen. Every day I walked into that building, they gave me the energy I needed to do my job. And without them, this night wouldn't be happening. So I'm sharing tonight's award with all of my friends at Livingston Park, the entire staff. They made this happen. I'm very happy to have Mr. Dawson here, my former principal, Ms. Shiroka. We have Mr. Keener. He's assisting our department right now. My supervisor, Paul Carroll's here. If there's anybody in the district that I have to recognize for my success of all the years in this district, it's William O'Connor. He's our former supervisor. I had the pleasure of working for Bill for 32 of my 40 years. And if it wasn't for Bill, I would not have made it this far. Bill is the reason why I have survived 40 years in this district. Not an official 40 years, but I guess an unofficial 40 years, if you will. But I swear it feels like 5 minutes ago I was a student here at the high school. I graduated in 1982. And it feels like 5 minutes ago I walked through the high school. Don't ask me where 40 years went. But in conclusion, it's the memories that I will have looking forward, and the memories that I will share with people long after I leave here. That's going to be the greatest gift that I've ever received, is the friendships that I've shared in this district. And I don't know what to say other than thank you. I know next year is going to be a challenging year for all of you, so my best wishes to all of you moving forward next year. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure for me to work in this district, and I don't know what to say other than thank you to everyone in this room, all of you. Thank you.
After 40 years, Dave is going to retire. So one more round of applause. 40 years with the district.
Congratulations, Dave. And for the record, I asked Stacy if she would share her award. She said no. Next is Parsons School. Mrs. Whalen.
Good evening, Dr. Zakowski, Ms. Rumbo, members of the Board of Education, award recipients, and our North Brunswick community. I would like to take a moment to congratulate all of our winners on this well-deserved honor. A special congratulations this evening to our dedicated, resourceful, passionate teacher leader, Megan Griffith, Parsons Teacher of the Year. It is an honor and privilege to work alongside this truly dynamic professional. Megan is a certified special education teacher. She's an exceptionally skilled and dedicated classroom teacher currently working in an inclusion fourth grade classroom. Megan has been an incredible resource for the students and staff at Parsons. Her expertise and support are vital to her grade level team. She consistently shares materials, best educational practices, and instructional tools. She has been a leader in providing support for online learning during these unprecedented times. She continues to make instruction more engaging and effective during this time. Megan inspires students to improve on a daily basis by instilling independence and self-worth in each of her students. Being a special education teacher, Megan works with students at varying levels of ability and backgrounds. In the inclusion classroom, it is never obvious who she is working with. Her ability to effectively mainstream special education students into a regular education classroom is remarkable. It is extraordinary to see her work with a student in a small group setting to determine what their needs are and create something in real time that makes the learning customized to their individual needs. She does this across all content areas throughout the day for each of her students. Last year, after abruptly going to all remote learning in March of 2020, Megan began researching and investigating ways to get books into the hands of our children. In preparation for the summer, She solely on her own put together a list of multi-leveled books to keep students engaged over the summer break. Megan organized over 100 slides to create a detailed library for our students. Children had books at their fingertips, thanks to Megan. Megan's skills, knowledge, and dedication and passion for teaching are apparent in all that she does. Her talents and ability to support her fellow teachers have earned her the respect and admiration of all who are lucky enough to work on her team. In closing, I thank Megan and all the recipients we honor today for devoting their lives to inspiring our children. Thank you and congratulations, Megan.
Sorry, I'm a little short. I just want to say thank you for the recognition. You know, I wake up and go to work every day for the kids, but I really couldn't do it without the support of my colleagues and my Parsons family, so thank you.
Next, I would like to congratulate our dedicated, flexible, dependable, and caring Maddie Torres, Parsons ESP of the Year. Maddie serves as our building security aide, but in truth, she is our morning greeter, our afternoon traffic advisor, our any time of the day Spanish translator, our laminator, bulletin board maker, you name it, Maddie is willing to step in and get the job done. Her day is dedicated to the students, families, and staff of Parsons School. Maddie always has a smile on her face, and the students connect and enjoy talking with Maddie. Maddie helps Parsons School run smoothly with her can-do attitude and strong
to go into work every day. That's why I always have a smile. Thank you.
Principal at Linwood School, Mr. J.D. Shorter.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's funny, 17 years ago, I would have never thought that I would be in this position. So I want to thank Dr. C, I want to thank the board members, and I want to thank Central Office for all you've done. I'd like to invite down Christina DeBarry. I am extremely proud to present Linwood School's first Educator of the Year award to Miss Christina Barry. Mr. Barry has served as sixth grade science teacher at Linwood School for the last 14 years and has been a subject area leader for the last 7 years. She has been an advisor for various after-school clubs and has served on numerous school culture and improvement committees and has done everything that I've ever asked her to do. Mr. Barry's colleagues would describe her as extremely helpful, dedicated to student success, a team player, and someone they can count on. Mr. Barry's students would say that she is engaging, fun, patient, and makes them feel like a valued member of the classroom. To me, Mr. Barry is the true definition of Linwood excellence. She is an amazing educator that has the unique ability to connect with all students to enable them to strive for success, strive for excellence, exhibit excellence, and expect excellence. You are an inspiration to all of us at Linwood School. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for this honor. As everyone else has at Linwood, we've met many challenges this year, but I consider myself very lucky to meet those challenges, conquer those challenges with the amazing administrative team, staff, and teachers. And the challenges is what makes this so rewarding. So thank you so much for the honor.
I'd like to now invite Sue Simmons. Come on up. So just a few days ago, I walked into the gym and saw my support person of the year in the middle of 20 super hyped, sweaty fifth graders formulating a game-winning kickball lineup. And I can tell you that lineup worked and her team won. As principal of Linwood School, I am equally excited to present Linwood School's first support educator of the year, Sue Simmons. Ms. Simmons has been a support educator in our North Brunswick Township district for the last 21 years. Linwood School was truly blessed when she joined our family in September. Ms. Simmons exhibits excellence every day with her warm smile, caring attitude to everyone in the building. Ms. Simmons is described as an amazing support person that goes above and beyond to make sure that all her students are properly supported so they can strive for excellence. Ms. Simmons has mastered the skill of giving just the right amount of guidance to assist the student and then pulls back when the student has mastered the task to build that student's confidence. I will also add that she is amazing at running a small group and she is a great artist. Ms. Simmons holds her students to a high standard and never gives up on them and always expects excellence from them. She is truly an inspiration to all of us at Linwood School. Thank you.
Thank you. This is a wonderful honor. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Give me a little hug. I appreciate it.
Many positive terms that I could use to describe Lauren, but the one word that keeps popping into my mind is always right. Because Lauren is always driven to do what is right for a student, for a class, for a colleague, for her department, or for the whole school. And not somewhat right or mostly right, just right. It is an impressive and inspiring trait to see in a person. Besides being an outstanding teacher of technology who has done much to keep our department up to date and keep our students interested in technology, she has the added background of being an experienced language arts teacher. And our school is better for it. Because of the language arts expertise she brings to technology class and the supplemental instruction her students benefit from. Her role as a technology ambassador during the past 15 months has been nothing short of amazing. Lauren, I do not know where we would have been without you throughout this whole thing. Finally, you have to respect a person who is willing to drastically change subject matters and maintain a level of excellence in the classroom. Lauren could have easily maintained her role as a language arts teacher and done an outstanding job. But she chose to follow her heart and marry two of her passions, teaching and technology. And that in itself is a lesson for our students. There is no one more deserving of this award, especially this year, than Lauren Coleman. Lauren, on behalf of everyone at NBTMS, it is my pleasure to congratulate you on being named the very first Educator of the Year at NBTMS and to thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, everybody. It was so flattering to discover that I had been nominated by my peers, and even more of an honor to be, as Rick said, the inaugural Teacher of the Year for the North Brunswick Township Middle School. And he's just said so many great things about me, but really the gratitude goes the other way. I am so grateful to North Brunswick for all the opportunities that I've had here. I'm coming up on what's going to be my 10th year in the classroom in July. I'm hitting a milestone, and I think back to those first interviews, some of them that I feel I kind of flubbed a little bit, and the district that was willing to take the risk on me. I'm here because of my colleagues, the administrators, the board as a whole. Thank you for taking the risk, for preparing me, for training me, for teaching me lessons, for letting me learn along the way. I've honed all the skills that I have from everyone else, and we really are a family, as so many other teachers have said. Thank you.
Our Educational Support Staff Member of the Year is Miss Linda Knopf. Linda, would you please come down? Linda is kind, compassionate, and supportive, and she has an outstanding work ethic. She's always up for a good laugh, which is a problem because, as my wife probably told you, the worst thing you can do is laugh at something I say, because then I will never stop. So, right. But when speaking about Linda, you realize the value of the off-the-cuff conversations that occur during the day. Taking a minute to sip your coffee and talk about the kids, or in our case, the dogs, are the little moments that help you get through a tough day or make a good day even better. And no one is better at that than Linda. I can also say that Linda is the Swiss Army knife of NBTMS. From her perch as House Center Secretary, she was always available to find a way to get things done, even if the way to get a particular thing done hasn't been thought of yet. Often, an informal conversation might include a phrase like, "By the way, someday soon, we have to think about how we're going to do whatever."
Thanks, Rick. Thanks.
NBTHS Principal Mr. Mike Neller.
You may have to tell a joke, Mr. Patel. We got a little more. Oh, he's coming.
Well, listen, Beanie gave me the opportunity. I knew this was going to happen sooner than later. I've seen him walk around. I figured Kerr would get him sooner than later. What happened?
Mr. Patel, I did this so in a few months we can meet at Veterans Park for our one-on-one basketball game.
He's a bad joke teller, but he's an excellent basketball player, Mike. You might have to
I may be out of my league, but I figured I'd give it a try after all this. I just hope that the stage at graduation at Care Insurance Arena is a little shorter, because unfortunately I'll be on these for graduation as well. But tonight it is my pleasure to announce the Teacher of the Year for MBTHS, Miss Sarah Miller. I had the pleasure at MBTHS this year of when we did our Teacher of the Year nominations, there was an overwhelming number of teachers who recommended Sarah. She has truly made an impact not only in the math department where she teaches, but school-wide. And she has done that because she is not only a kind and compassionate educator, but she's an all-around generous person. She believes in all of her students, she treats every day as a fresh start, and she will never give up on a student. She is the teacher that we know that we can place struggling students with her, and she will do everything possible to make sure that they succeed in her classroom. But it's not only her students that she has an impact on, because she is known to treat every student walking through our hallways, even those that aren't her students, with the same kindness. For example, on multiple occasions, she's invited students into her classroom because they needed a binder or a folder, and without hesitation has given them school supplies that they need that she purchases and restocks with her own money every year. Professionally, she is the definition of a lifelong learner. Even though she already holds a master's degree in educational leadership, she chose last year to enroll in an ESL certification course because she believes strongly in reaching every student at the high school. In her classroom, she creates an atmosphere, an environment of comfort and support while maintaining a rigorous atmosphere. She works to identify the needs of every student, and she strives to meet those needs and then pushes those students to keep growing. And they remember her. We worked together with the class of 2017, and those students thought so highly of you when I was their assistant principal. But what also makes her stand out is her role as one of our tech ambassadors, and that has truly opened the eyes of the faculty at MBTHS. She is extremely knowledgeable when it comes to technology. She is a go-to. Teachers will email her and they get an immediate response, and she will do everything she can to troubleshoot their technology needs. She has really helped us get through the year on Google Meets. She is very quick to email me with suggestions or concerns that we may be facing in the Google world and solutions on how we can overcome it as a staff. And it's very easy for me just to forward it. But Sarah does all the work, and we truly appreciate everything she does. She's helped us all grow as online educators this year. Sarah's compassion for helping her students and colleagues to grow as individuals and learners is what makes her truly stand out as deserving of the recognition as North Brunswick Township High School Teacher of the Year for 2020-2021. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Neller, and thank you, the board, and thank you to everyone here. I think Mr. Neller forgot to say that when he called and told me, I thought I was getting fired on Super Bowl Sunday, because I was like, why do I have to talk to you Monday morning? But as everyone has echoed already, but it's the students that make this job really wonderful. It's what makes me get up every morning. It's what drives me to be a teacher, what drives me to continue to learn and how to best educate. I was sitting back there and seeing all these students earn these awards, some of which I've taught. It makes me so proud. So thank you for all the opportunities in North Brunswick, and you are really a family. So thank you.
Next, I'd like to call up our Educational Support Professional of the Year, Mr. Robert Jean Brown. Bob G., as many of us know him, has worked at Mbths for the last 22 years as a member of our security team. Every day, Bob comes to work level-headed and is always willing to lend a helping hand. He never turns down any task that is given to him. Bob has a reputation of being able to diffuse any situation, always remaining calm. He has the ability to calm down students when they are angry and always listens to them. When an emergency happens, Bob always responds and offers any assistance, often standing outside in poor weather to direct emergency services if they have to respond to the high school. I have had many students. I sat in a classroom 2 years ago with some seniors, and we were talking about how we can make the school better. And they may not have known him directly by his name, but they all said, if we could have more Bobs on our staff, our school would be so much better. Students truly appreciate him at the high school. But he's also made an impact on the Mbths faculty and staff, some of whom nominated him for this recognition. Staff members consider Bob hardworking, courteous, personable, and punctual. He is always quick to ask how you are doing and how's your family every time you see him. He is humble and he never asks for recognition. I know it's probably hard for him to be up here tonight, but he approaches every day with a positive attitude, and some staff have said the highlight of their day is talking to Bob when they walk into the building in the morning. Bob, I know that you're a very humble person, but you truly deserve this recognition as Educational Support Person of the Year at Mbths. We have been lucky to have you for the last 22 years. I have been lucky to work with you for 12 of them, and I hope that you continue to work with the students and staff in Mbths for many years more. Congratulations.
Thank you for the kind words, Mr. Miller. Really appreciate it. So I'll say I'm really blessed to be able to come to work each day surrounded by so many wonderful people. And real quick, because I want to say real fast, I also had a 4.66 GPA. That was the combined total of all 4 years, but anyway. Okay, thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Our last recipient this evening comes from Central Office. Supervisor of Transportation, Mr. Ray Keener.
Thank you. First, I want to start off, Mr. Egan. Mr. Patella spoke for me, should not have. I do not need the hair on Saturday night. It's fine. I've been telling him for years, just deal with it, John. Accept it and come to the dark side with us. So, the Central Office support person, Mary Pelzer. Mary, would you come up, please? Mary begged me to keep this short. I've worked with Mary for 32 years, except for about 3 or 4, we had a little hiatus. So she refers to me as my work wife. As the slide says, she's humble, dedicated, compassionate. The letter that was submitted to nominate her summed it up pretty well in saying that this person has worked with Mary for a number of years and has never met Mary in person, but works with her just as well as any other person in her building. And that sums Mary up. She does not like being in the spotlight. She's, as I said, she begged me to not make this long. But every morning, Mary's there, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Weekends, nights, answering phone calls. Mr. Nella, you alluded to the athletics, and you guys all made your athletic trips. That's because of Mary. She takes the phone. She's on the phone with the principal, with Mr. Morrell, with Sue, changing it. Well, we can't do it at 1:30, but we can do it at 1:42 if you change it. That's Mary. She has gone and started school year over the past 18 months about 7 times, between in-person, virtual, who's going hybrid, back to in-person, hybrid, virtual. Never once did she, well, one time you complained, but.
But that was about you, Mr. Keener.
And she's met it. She's done it. She's rerouted. She's gotten in touch with the bus companies. Things that we say normally take 3 or 4 days, she'll come in and say, Ray, I can get this knocked out in 2 days. Can we do it? That's Mary. Mary is transportation and deserves this more than anything. And I'm proud to have her as my friend and support person.
All right, now that he made me cry. I want to thank everyone for this. It wasn't expected. I don't expect anything for doing my job. I love what I do. I love getting the kids from point A to point B and back to point A again. Ray's the one that taught me how to do what I do. But if it wasn't really for our drivers and aides that I can tell them to go somewhere and 10 minutes later tell them, no, don't go there, you're gonna go here, and they get it done. So it's a team effort. It's all of us together that get it done. So thank you very much.
So in closing, I started with what a year. And boy, what a year it's been. But one theme that is evident here is family, and Mr. Mayor and Ms. Gonzalez and Dr. Zakowski working in North Brunswick Township, and working in North Brunswick Township schools is a lot of fun, a lot of hard work, and a lot of reward. The students here are better off because of all these staff members and all our staff members. Once again, congratulations, and thank you, Dr. Zakowski, for this opportunity.
There's not much more you can add, but I do want to say one more time, congratulations to our Educators of the Year and our Support Staff Members of the Year. Well done, our students. But I have one little anecdote to share, because we didn't say thank you to one person. Many people said thank you, Dr. Z, for adding Support Staff People of the Year. Well deserved, but I have to, mea culpa. I didn't initially say I approved. Beth Pasner, or the NJEA or MBTEA, came forward, right, Beth? And you said, and here's why. Not because I didn't think anybody deserved it. I said, Beth, if they go through a rigorous process, a selection committee, I'm just not doing this. We're not going to cheapen any award. It has to be at the same level that we've treated the Educators of the Year. You made a promise, and boy, did you deliver, did the principal deliver, because I have to say, it may be the first time, I have to admit that I was totally wrong and MBTEA was right. One in a row, you got Beth on me, but you were definitely right. we should be honoring these wonderful support people, and they did a great job, principals and administrators and staff, because it was a rigorous process. There's no one that slid through the back door just to give an award. It's a wonderful, wonderful way to say thank you. We don't say it enough. Congratulations again, our Educators of the Year, and of course our support staff members of the year, and of course our students. As you know, you inspire all of us. Thank you. You don't have to go home. Oh, Ms. Rumbo, I'm sorry.
My fault too. I wanted to also publicly, although they're not here, thank Lisa Coco and Sandy Pedersen for their help in planning this event too, as well, and the awards. So I just wanted to thank them as well.
And thank you to Mr. Patella and Ms. Rumbo for putting it all together. Thank you. Now, you don't have to go home, and you actually can stay here. We got a public portion of our business, our meeting to get through. So we're going to continue to work. I want to thank everyone for coming out, and congratulations. Mayor, thank you for staying and being with us tonight. Thank you.
But yeah, he's.
Madam President.
No, sir.
Am I on?
No, you're not.
What's this? I think it's 17. Madam President?
Am I on? Yes.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me, Jamie?
And what's the
Am I on, Jamie? Yeah, okay. What a great night so far. Board members, we do have a business portion of this meeting to get things approved. Madam President, we left off on number 6.
Number 6. Would you take that? Thanks.
I make a motion to approve the following board meeting minutes. Conference, regular public meeting, April 28th, 2021. Executive meeting, April 28th, 2021.
Second.
All in favor?
Madam President, number 7, no communications, but I will go right to my administrator report.
Okay.
As soon as I pull it out here we go. Great news. It's hard to top this, so administrative report will be a little shorter, but I was recently informed that Marcin Emelinsky, Dr. Marcin Emelinsky, class of 1995, is the recipient of the prestigious Pershing Square Soane Prize in Cancer Research. Marcin attended Livingston Park Elementary School, where he was part of the Gifted and Talented program. In the middle school and high school, he participated in the Columbia Math program that was designated by Miss Elizabeth Marquez, former Northumberland Township High School math teacher, who taught a select group of advanced mathematics students. He was one of the National Merit finalists. Markin is a physician scientist, leading innovator in the sequence analysis of cancer genomes, including computational methods to characterize cancer genome structure. After a BS in computer science and a BA in biological science from Rutgers, he obtained his doctorate PhD in genomics and computational biology and an MD from the University of Pennsylvania School of Medicine. He then completed his clinical pathology residency at Massachusetts General Hospital. This was sent to me by his family. Obviously, it's another great honor to recognize a graduate class of 1995, and I certainly hope, I can't wait for the next series of Hall of Famers, because what a remarkable, remarkable person and graduate of North Brunswick Township High School. We do have, as mentioned, all those who want to follow our baseball teams in the semifinals of the GMC against South Brunswick. Go Raiders. And then one more great announcement. Alexis Rich, who was been honored before, she has been honored again as the GMC Girls Lacrosse Player of the Year. Miss Alexis Rich will be taking a 4-year scholarship offer, signed, sealed, and delivered to University of Cincinnati. So we're very proud of Miss Rich. And once again, our students continue not only to compete, but to obtain honors and be recognized at the county and state level. Madam President, this concludes my additional report tonight.
Thank you.
We do not have students report tonight. Oh, hello.
Yes, we do.
I didn't see you there. I'm so sorry. Come on up here and, is it Dartmouth? It is Dartmouth. She got in?
Yes.
We were waiting to hold our breath. Congratulations, our student rep. Introduce yourself to the millions of viewers out there.
Okay.
Don't get nervous.
I'm Sarah Williams. I'm our student government president. And here's our report for today. So the SGO has chosen our members of the executive board for next school year. These students, as well as those elected to class office, met on Tuesday at their leadership meeting, where they participated in team building activities and planning events and fundraisers for next year. Today, we also held our last SGO meeting for the year. The senior members of SGO were thanked for their hard work, and the new members of the executive board were introduced. Evan Wesley from the Thirst Project came to thank our school for our fundraising efforts and explain the next steps in the building of the well in Uganda for which we fundraised. National Honor Society will be having a virtual induction ceremony to welcome all of the new members. The class of 2022 held their junior dinner dance at the Pines Manor on Friday, May 21st. And the class of 2021 is eagerly looking forward to their event at Eagles Landing on June 4th and is still selling tickets for the senior prom that will take place on June 15th. Thank you.
Wait, stay there, Sarah. Stay. Thank you for that great report. The Board of Education we're happy to have you in person. I didn't recognize you there. I'm used to seeing that smiling face.
I was hiding in the back.
Tell us, what was the deciding factor? What did you like best about Dartmouth, besides being an Ivy League school, one of the top colleges in the world?
Well, Dartmouth has been a big part of my family. My dad went there, so it was really special to us. It's been my dream school since I was little. And then definitely just being up there in the mountains was really awesome. And I think that I made a really personal connection to the college when I was up there just visiting, and I got spit on by an alpaca. And that's actually what I wrote my essay about, and I got it. So.
Listen, not many people could say they got spit on by an alpaca.
Yeah, thank you.
I noticed you got the green for the big green at Dartmouth.
That was just a coincidence.
How about Hanover, New Hampshire? What a beautiful town.
Yeah, it's
We're
gorgeous.
so proud of you, and you deserve it. And I am biased. My oldest daughter went to Dartmouth, so I know how great of a school and how hard you had to work, so congratulations.
Thank you.
And we're so happy that you're going to be going on and spreading that magic, and we look forward to seeing you back here. And someday as governor, as I told you a long time ago. No pressure.
Thank you. Have a great night, everybody.
Right. Congratulations, Sarah. Thank you.
All righty. Do we have any committee reports this evening?
Yes, Madam President, I'd like to give a report for the Community Relations Committee. So we met on Wednesday, May 12th. We spoke about a couple of things that were covered at the beginning of the meeting. Kudos again and congratulations to Adam and his team for the over 700,000 grab and goes since March of 2020. The amazing grant that we received for next year, that every meal for every child will be covered, no charge for the entire school year. We also discussed the potential of having a ribbon cutting, many things to celebrate, like the new ECC, the new board offices, and of course our new middle school. We talked a little bit about the COVID vaccine update in terms of some of our students being able to officially receive that. Miss Mary Ellen Engel will be running that initiative, partnering with Walmart and able to give the Pfizer vaccine at the new middle school, which took place.
Yes.
Yes.
And we were happy more than 400 vaccinations were administered on Monday, just this past Monday, May 24th.
Yes. Wow. Thank you. In addition, we spoke a bit about the ongoing pre-K and kindergarten registration. There is a wait list for the pre-K for the time being, and at the time of our meeting on May 12th, the kindergarten registration was still ongoing. We spoke about our summer programs. All of our summer programs are grant funded. We are currently on track with all of the programs currently. Staffing up as parents are agreeing to let their children come in person, which is great for our programs. We also spoke about the Hall of Fame. We had 7 new nominations this year, making our final ballot 9 total people that the committee will be voting on, and that is due June 4th, actually, which is coming up very soon. We spoke about our monthly niche update. The town in general and our district in general has had exponential growth over the last year, and we can thank Miss Amy Rumbo for that. We had 106.4% growth last year. Our middle school continues to be viewed. Our high school continues to be viewed. We also spoke about our district making the news, some great articles that were written about us. And we also spoke about how the high school is doing some fundraisers and sending funds over to India as they're being hit very hard with the pandemic. That concludes the report. We covered a lot of great things.
Yeah, thank you. Any other reports today?
Sure, Madam President. The Personnel Committee met on May 19, 2021, and we discussed, of course, Ms. Amy Rumbo, the Director of HR, does a great job identifying these things in the agenda, which covers pages 3 through 12, so I won't go into detail, but I'll provide a broad overview of what we discussed. Some resignations, leaves of absences, substitute teacher and aide hires, reimbursable days, no appointments. We're welcoming those new persons that are coming into the district, and to those who are continuing their service in the district, thank you all. We discussed reassignments for administrative staff, certified and non-certified staff, as well as non-affiliated persons. We discussed grant-funded appointments, summer camps and ESY appointments, some updates to job descriptions, and the vacancies continue to be filled. I want to thank Ms. Rumbo again and her team for working vigilantly in that effort to make sure that those vacancies are filled in a timely manner. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other reports tonight? Very well.
Madam President.
Sir.
The Business Operations Committee met on Wednesday, May 19th. Among the items we discussed, we were briefed by Mr. Campizano from USA Architects on a couple of different issues. Happy to report that the Linwood Phase 2 construction is nearing its timely completion. The back parking lot was to be completed later that week. The Board of Ed dais was on the way and would be installed relatively soon. A slow move-in has begun to the Board of Ed offices, and we discussed the fact that there is still more signage to come. We discussed the elementary gyms in our district and how there is the possibility that the ESSER 2 money, or some portion of that ESSER 2 money, could be available as it pertains to circulation, airflow, and things like that. So with that in mind, USA has done a preliminary cost analysis for us on potentially, and I say potentially, replacing the heating and cooling units in our elementary gyms, which are very antiquated at this point in time, as well as the potential to do some flooring work. So more to come once we do our due diligence on that. In terms of our roofing update at the high school, the roofing projects that we bid last year, that work is currently underway. We have another bid going out this year that will be completed very soon. The specs are being completed for that. Now, depending on those bids, we may be able to complete this year, but more than likely that'll drift into next year. We discussed on our agenda this evening on page 21, item 1E, there is some obsolete, and I'm going to put that in air quotes because I don't know what comes after obsolete, but that's what some of this is. Obsolete equipment at the board office. It includes 2 vehicles from the year that I got my driver's license.
So after obsolete, we discussed comes junk.
Junk. So, it'll be sold for scrap, and good luck on that. We, on our agenda this evening also, on page 17, item 3A, is what's called a solar sea-power agreement. This is basically where a company could take a piece of our unused solar power and pay us for it. Some specs are done based on prior energy usage, so that is an interesting opportunity. Also on our agenda this evening, on page 17, item 3C, is what's called the pay-per-performance support services agreement with Schneider Electric. This will be for services to incentivize the district to generate even additional and more cash flow. So any cash flows above the $226,000 guarantee and up to a figure of about $526,000, we would split with them. And then anything above $526,000, we would get to keep 100% of those dollars. So it's a good opportunity for the district. We discussed transportation bids. We thought we were going to be very over budget in transportation. We're happy to report that we're only going to be slightly above budget in transportation now. All our routes are now spoken for, which is wonderful because we're hearing that other districts are still facing shortages with either buses or with drivers. That's our public routes. With our non-public routes, Notre Dame students will be included on a run with South Brunswick this year, so some good news there. All our other non-public routes are going to be bid through the ESC. If no bids come through with that opportunity, we'll have to embark on our own bidding process. That's going to include 18 students at St. Joe's and 14 students at St. Thomas Aquinas, the former Bishop R. We can't exceed the aid in lieu figure of $1,000 per student. So we discussed the importance of some proactive communication to those parents from St. Joe's and St. Thomas Aquinas. That we have to be upfront with them about the status and the potential cost-prohibitive nature of the outcome of that bidding process. So more to come there, but we want to get out in front of that with those parents and make sure that they're all aware of the difficulties that are associated with that bid. Also on our agenda this evening is a successful bid for our lawn care for the upcoming year. It's on page 19, item 4D. It's with on-site lawn care. It's comparable to last year's bid. Some minor increases due to minimum wage increases and fuel increases year over year. And then also on your agenda this evening, on page 17, there's 3 different motions, or 4 different motions actually, related to the removal of the mercury from the high school auxiliary gym that we've discussed over the last couple of months. That would conclude our report.
Mr. Chair, Mr. LaGuardia, may I just add, you mentioned transportation routes. I just wanted the public to know that we work very hard. We want to create opportunities for our parochial private school students. It's been so difficult because companies are not, the first time we went out to bid, we got nothing in return, 0, because there's singletons, 18 and 14 students to give up, and because there's a shortage of drivers. So the companies are looking for big routes, big guaranteed school districts like our school district. So the singletons of the private school routes are very, very difficult to fill. And once again, any extra busing that we have, the law requires us, we must give the charter school students a bus and not aid in lieu. So combined with that, there's a big shortage on bus drivers, and it's very hard to fill those singletons. So that's why we combine with Notre Dame to work with South Brunswick. But right now, and we're going to communicate with the families to be prepared. We're going to go out again and do our due diligence and try to do the best we can. but we feel bad because we want to provide. There are students, they go to private schools, but they live in North Brunswick. The law is clear, and we feel disappointed. There's just not enough drivers out there, bus drivers. It's a state shortage. I just wanted to add that commentary in case anybody wonders why we can't get bids for those routes.
I should add, Dr. Z, that Mr. Keener joined us at that Business Operations Committee meeting and talked us through the nuances of that bidding process, and he's done a hell of a job for us in that regard, and we're very indebted to him for his work on that. So thank you.
Okay. Any other committee reports?
I think we're going to, our chair of the negotiation committee, we're going to share a closed session
Closed
update,
session,
right?
yes. In that case, let's go through a review of the agenda.
I don't know, we have to accept our reports right now?
I'm sorry.
Number 9.
Number 9. Yeah.
Sure. Number 9, I move to accept the committee reports, administrative, student, and committee reports.
Second.
Madam President, now we're at this part, review the agenda. I'll add the commentary for those watching. The board members have the agenda, they looked it over, but we like to, before we do the consent agenda, go through it one more time. So you can lead the way, Madam President. Start with page 3.
Page 3. Page 4. Page 5. And for those watching, we're not rushing through this. We've seen this before, so we can skim through it at this time. Page 6. Page 7. Page 8. Page 9. Page 10 and 11. Page 12. 13. And 14. Page 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 20. To include transportation. Page 21. And item B on page 22.
Yep. And now we go back to page 3, everyone. This is a time where people get confused. We take public comment on agenda items only, because again, it's a consent agenda, and if there's an opportunity to any of the public to bring up questions or comment regarding the agenda before we do the consent agenda. Madam President, I do not see anybody who's coming to the podium for a public comment on the agenda items only. So then we're going to move to number 12 to close that part. We need a...
Can we have a motion on number 12?
So moved.
Second.
Aye. Can I have a motion on the consent agenda, item 13?
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the following consent agenda items: Personnel 1 and 2, Curriculum 1 and 2, Miscellaneous, Finance items 1 through 4, and Transportation 1 and 2 as listed.
Second.
Yes.
Second.
All right, here we go. Mr. Brockman?
Yes.
Mr. Brooks?
Yes.
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 Yes. Thank you.
Madam President, if everyone could turn to page 22, because we just approved the agenda all the way from 3 to 22. Number 14 continues on page 22, and now here's the public session on any matter to come before the Board of Education by anyone. Doesn't have to be agenda items, could be anything.
Seeing as there doesn't appear to be.
No, I don't see any, but Madam President, may I use this time maybe to put someone on the spot?
Oh, boy.
You just tonight, you approved the consent agenda. Our interim now will join in central office staff, our new director of curriculum, Dr. Fred Johnson. Dr. Johnson, congratulations. And since we're in a public session, I'm going to ask you to just address the board, say a few words, and our millions of viewers that know you as JA principal. You've been one of my great hires. I take full credit. And this is a true story. You know, I was talking to the Morristown board yesterday. And I was talking to the Morristown board, that's where Dr. Johnson comes from, and I said, we found a great candidate, your vice principal, and we brought him here to be our principal. I didn't tell him that we were in focus status until after he signed his contract. Then he joined us, and I said, by the way, we need you to lead us out of focus school status. And he not only led us out of focus school status, he's been a great principal for John Adams, a solid rock, and a consistent, wonderful educator. I'm so happy that we're able to give you this opportunity to join central office. Dr. Johnson.
Yes, I'm going to stand this way, that's where you can hear me okay. All right, and that way you can catch me on the mic. Thank you, Dr. Zakowski. Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. I'm very honored to have this opportunity. I also want to thank Mrs. Shiroka over here, she'll be the next superintendent, so I'm thrilled to be able to continue to work with her, central office, and Ms. Rumbo as assistant soup as well. It has been a great run at John Adams, but as I tell people, I'm not going far. I'm just moving over to Linwood, and I plan to still want to get out to the building, see kids, see what's happening in the instructional area, K through 12, and also visit the pre-K as well. But any success that I have had has come due in part to my John Adams family. Dr. Z is right. I had no idea what a focus school was. He did tell me afterward. So I did my due diligence and research and looked it up, and I found out what it was, and I had Dr. Z over, and I believe we had Mr. Vinny DeLucia over,
yes,
the director at the time as well, and Mr. Chad Marcus in the data, and I narrowed it down to about 6 or 7 students. 6 or 7 students who were not progressively passing the assessment back then.
So put us in a group, just to put this
years
context.
later.
6
So the number
students.
was arbitrarily grabbed like 45. I'm like, we missed the cut by 6 people? Like, really? That's what it was? So took it to the faculty, and it was a collective effort. You know, we looked at all of our instructional programs, how we're delivering sound quality instruction in the classroom, looked at our intervention programs, and we set some targets and goals, and we worked collaboratively over a number of years. It took us a while, but we were able to make that move. So any of the move or success that I'm looking at is a large part to the faculty of John Adams who stepped up. That's our classroom teachers, that's our instructional aides. When I asked, we got into a room, and the one thing I would say about John Adams, it truly has been my extended family. There hasn't been anything we haven't been able to approach and attack and take on. We've welcomed the challenge. We didn't like having focus school, but we understood that was the brick we had to carry at the time. So we decided that we're going to take this brick and we're going to build something out of it. And we were able to get ourselves out of focus school status after a few years of working at it. But each year we continued to progress and grow. But we actually targeted what was necessary for our students. Data says one thing, but where are our kids and what do they need? And that was our biggest focus. We got to give them what they need. We can move the needle, but we need to start there as well. So I do want to thank the faculty and staff at John Adams as well, Dr. Z and Mr. Shiroka as well. I'm just honored. I can't wait to get to work. Not to mention, I want to make sure I mention Mr. Harry as well, Director of Pupil Services. I know we'll be working collaboratively on a number of programs. We are an inclusive district, so whatever happens in the curriculum area must include all students, whether you have an IEP or no IEP. And that was a question I remember being asked, Dr. Z, the first time I was interviewed by the current Director of Student Services, Mrs. Kathy Zaleski at the time.
Yes.
And what was my philosophy on special ed? And I was like, well, we just kids who have IEPs, but they're included. So they've always been included in my world. So there's nothing different. We try to get them where they are, give them what they need as best we can. It may take some time, but we will make the progress. So thank you.
And Doc, you can share, and I'll share with the board. I try to promote Doc, and he's such a dedicated person and family person. He said, Doc, I got twins. I know what you need is going to, I can't leave John Adams just yet. I said, I'm going to still ask you, and your girls, one's in Brown and one's in John Hopkins, doing well. So the opportunity was there again. You did a great job interviewing for this position, and we're so proud to give you this opportunity, and you'll do terrific.
So I'm excited, and thank you for the vote of confidence by the board as well. I truly appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Madam President, I see no other speakers. Thanks, Doc, for letting me put you on the spot. I think we need a motion number 14. Yes, a motion to close the public session on number 14.
I'd like to make a motion to close the public portion of the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? This portion of the meeting is closed.
Thank you.
Want to read it?
Whereas Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 PL 1975 permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas this public body is of the opinion that such circumstances presented exist, now therefore be it resolved by the North Brunswick Township Board of Education that the public shall be excluded from discussion of and action upon the hereinafter specified subject matters. The general nature of the subject matter to be discussed is as follows. 1, discussion of superintendent contract. Number 2, 2021-2022 through 23-24 NBT AEA contract agreement. It is anticipated at this time that the above stated subject matter shall be made public at such time as the need for non-disclosure no longer exists. This resolution shall take effect immediately. May I have a motion?
And then your second.
Second.
Aye.
Any opposed? We can go into closed session.
We're going to go into closed session, everyone. Thank you. Good night.
Holly. Yes, she does. Is it? Oh, there she is. 1021. Yep.
Curfew.
That's it. Tina, where your child is.
We have a motion to.
Ask for a motion to reconvene.
Madam President, we need a motion to reconvene.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We are back in open session.
We are open, Madam President. Okay, sure.
On behalf of the Board of Education and the negotiations team, I would like to thank the North Brunswick Township Administrators Association for their collaborative effort during our contract negotiations. And I would like to make a motion to approve the successful ratification of the contract agreement between the North Brunswick Township Board of Education and the North Brunswick Township Administrative Education Association for the school years 2021 through 2024.
Second.
Mr. Brockman,
Yes.
Mr. Brooks,
Yes.
Mr. Duran Harris,
Yes.
Ms. James.
Yes.
Ms. Keefe.
Yes.
Mr. Lagori.
Yes.
Dr. Patel.
Yes.
Ms. Toth.
Yes.
And Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
The motion is accepted.
Thank you.
And Madam President, I have a motion as well.
Please.
Whereas state law permits boards of education to appoint acting superintendents of schools for a period of 1 year, and whereas all employment contracts between the Board of Education and its chief school administrator must be approved by the executive county superintendent, and whereas the board and Janet Chiroka have developed a mutually acceptable employment contract, and whereas the Middlesex County Executive Superintendent has approved the proposed employment contract between the board and Ms. Chiroka, now therefore be it resolved that the board hereby approves the said employment contract for a 1-year term commencing on July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022, and appoints Janet Chiroka as acting superintendent of schools in accordance with the terms and conditions set forth in the employment contract, which are incorporated by reference as if fully set forth herein. And be it further resolved that the board president is authorized to execute the employment contract on behalf of the board.
Second.
Mr. Brockman,
Yes.
Mr. Brooks,
Yes.
Mr. Duran Harris,
Yes.
Ms. James.
Yes.
Ms. Keefe.
Yes.
Mr. Lagori.
Yes.
Dr. Patel.
Yes.
Ms. Toth.
Yes.
Ms. Gonzalez.
Yes.
The motion is approved.
Educators tonight, see their stories and hear about their work and their pride in this North Brunswick family. I can't tell you how proud and honored I am to take the role of leadership from Dr. Zakowski and move this district forward alongside you. So thank you very much for your confidence.
We need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Mr. Egan, Kent, Michael.